Okay, so this is a little diagram that I've put up here to show how we might measure our disease frequency. And we can think of a population here at um, time zero, and we have a full population there. And then as time goes on, some people get the disease and some people don't get the disease. And that's sort of shown by this sort of like uh, line that comes down there. As we have people who get the disease at any time point, we will say, yes, they have the disease, and we can tick them off and say, yes, criteria for the definition of our disease there. And so after a period of time, after time t, we would have the population would have a number of people there who are cases, and we could say that we would have those number of cases, that is d, the number of cases in our population, and then we'd have the number of people who don't have the disease at that time point, which we can say is the population n minus those with the disease. So it's going to be n minus d. So at a time point t, we might then have d people who are cases with the disease, and and n minus d people who are not cases, who are not don't have the condition or the event that we're looking at. So if we're going to measure at a particular time point, the proportion of persons in a population who are cases of the disease at a point in time is going to be that the prevalence is the number of cases, which is d, divided by the total number in the population. The prevalence doesn't have any units, it's just a number, it's just a proportion. But we should, when we mention what the prevalence is, we should state the time that it is. This is in August 2022, the prevalence of depression was whatever it was in our population. And of course, the prevalence at any time point will depend upon the number of new cases that are in our population. But if you can see from the stepped line that comes down from the time zero to time t, the duration is also important, in that some people might get the disease early on in that time point, but then they might recover and become better. The measurement of our prevalence at time t, in which case they won't appear in our prevalence estimate of the disease in the population.